A quick review of how to form the basic Passe composé. So remember that Passe composé is, as the name suggests, a composed tense made up of two parts. An auxiliary verb, which is either être or avoir, and is always conjugated in the regular present tense, followed by a past participle. There are irregular past participles, but all of our regular past participles are formed by one of the following rules. An ER verb, take the infinitive, drop the ER, and add an E accent aigu. An IR verb, take the infinitive, drop the IR, and add the I. An RE verb, take the infinitive, drop the RE, and add a U. Both parts are required in order to have a passé composé verb. And even though it's two words, it's still considered one word because we have to have both parts. A huge majority of verbs take avoir in the auxiliary. So j'ai, tu as, il a, elle a, on a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, and elles ont. Huge majority of our verbs take avoir. All we have to do to form this into the passé composé is add whatever our past participle for our verb is after this exact same conjugation of avoir. So for example, if I'm conjugating parler, to speak, here's my conjugation of avoir. It's an ER verb, so I drop the ER off of the infinitive and add an E accent aigu. From j'ai to j'ai parlé. The a parler is considered one verb even though it's two words. J'ai parlé, tu as parlé, il a parlé, elle a parlé, on a parlé, nous avons parlé, vous avez parlé, ils ont parlé, and elles ont parlé. An IR verb like finir works the exact same way. We have our conjugation of avoir. We have an IR verb. We take our infinitive, finir, drop the IR, and add an I. Leaves us with fini. J'ai fini, tu as fini, il a fini, elle a fini, on a fini, nous avons fini, vous avez fini, ils ont fini, elles ont fini. And finally, our RE verbs, such as perdre. All we do is we drop our RE and add U, and then put our result, in this case perdu, behind that same avoir conjugation. J'ai perdu, tu as perdu, il a perdu, elle a perdu, on a perdu, nous avons perdu, vous avez perdu, ils ont perdu, elles ont perdu. There are a few exceptions, a couple of verbs which use être as the auxiliary verb. So instead of using avoir, j'ai, tu as, etc., we're going to use être. Je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, on est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. Still, the only thing we have to do is add the past participle after the regular conjugation. So, oddly enough, our very irregular verb aller actually has a regular past participle. We drop our ER and add an E accent aigu. Je suis allé, tu es allé, il est allé, elle est allée, on est allé, nous sommes allés, vous êtes allés, ils sont allés, elles sont allées. The only extra thing we have to think about is agreement. Only our verbs which use être are going to agree with our subject. We can't hear it when we read it. Je suis allé and je suis allée sound the exact same. But we have to agree in gender and number with whatever our subject is. This means that depending on who we're talking about, we could talk about two different possible forms of agreement. Some, however, are pretty set. So for example, nous sommes allés. In order to use nous, we know that there has to be more than one person. So there might be an E if they're all girls, but there's definitely an S because we're guaranteed to have more than one person here. Remember that only être verbs agree with the subject. Avoir verbs do not. The past participle doesn't change at all. You also have to think about who the person is in real life. Just because it says je, depending on who it is you're talking about, the agreement can change. So, for example, if my husband, Monsieur Brenner, was saying that he went somewhere, he would say je suis allé, A-L-L-E accent aigu. But if I was saying that I went somewhere, Madame Brenner, I'm obviously a woman, so I'd have to say je suis allée, A-L-L-E accent aigu, E. Both forms are right because of who it is that's saying it.